So today we're going to continue what we've been working on in our last few classes. So we've gone over the solfege syllables and we'll review that, and we've gone over our key signatures even before that. So today we're going to look at how to apply that to your sight reading and overall make your sight reading experience more effective by using that. We'll talk about how to or just apply finding the tonic, finding the do, and moving on from there, first by ear and then visually we'll go on. So yeah, I'm really hip, so I used a meme. Okay, so review. In theory, we're not going to do it now, but we would do a little key signature game where there would be two teams and key signatures written on the board, and each person goes up and they have to write, or not key signatures on the board, a clef on the board, and I would call out a key signature and they would have to write it, and so on and so forth, and there's scoring and in teams. But right now we're just going to do a regular good old review. So do we remember our solfege syllables? Can we say those together as a class?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Gorgeous. I'm so glad you all studied and saw sound music. Does anybody remember what movable do is? As opposed to fixed do?
When do is the first note of the scale.
Yeah, so when do changes according to the key signature and is the tonic or the first note of the scale, instead of it always being C and having to adjust, does anybody want to say why they think that that's a more effective way to sight read?
Well, not every song is in the same key.
Yeah, exactly, and it makes it a lot more confusing when you're trying to make the tonic something that it's not, and create a center that's not really the center of the key. So that's perfect. And does everybody remember their hand symbols? I feel like we actually might not because we don't really use them perfectly. But they're optional for you to use, but I know that I sometimes find it helpful to have a physical association with the notes I'm singing. I'm kind of a mind-body person. It's okay if you're not, but we're going to go through them together. Can everyone do a do? If I mess this up, it's going to be bad. Re, mi, fa, sol. Oh my gosh, help. La, yes. Ti, do. Sorry, la, ti, do. Let's go up again. Do for me. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And we can go down. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Beautiful. So that's super, super optional because I messed up. Okay, so in terms of application, first regarding by ear, I'm really cool, so come with it. Looking at something as simple as Ode to Joy, I'm just going to play a little bit of it, and when you can hear do, just hum it. Okay. Beautiful. I'll do it again just in case you get it yet. Perfect. So that's do. So if we're looking at that song and we can hear that that's do, what do you think? I guess I could have said that. The first note was da. What solfege syllable do we think that starts on? Do. It starts on do. So can we really slowly try to go from there, since we know the starting note is mi, so it's going to be mi, mi, fa, sol. Can we try to do it slowly at a 1, 2, ready? Oh, that's going to be really fast actually. 1, 2, ready, go.
Mi, fa, sol, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, re, do.
One more time.
Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, re, do.
Beautiful. Okay, so does everybody kind of feel comfortable with we can hear do tentatively, and from there we can find our starting note and kind of fiddle around there. Does that sound good? Okay. some subtle nodding. Okay, so practice it. So we're just going to practice effectively breaking down some sight reading examples. You might recognize some of them because I tried to make it hip and cool. Essentially we'll start off by looking at the notes themselves and what solfege syllables they'll be. Then we'll go by rhythm. Then we're going to try to put it together. They're even in 2 parts, so one part's a bit simpler. If you find that when I split you up, you're like, I don't want to do the one with the like a lot of rhythm, like I just want to practice reading and doing the solfege, like you have that option. And that is okay because that's very me. So here's our first example. So we have our kind of, they're both in treble clef because we're starting with treble clef. We have our first part and our second part. And so we're just going to go first by notes and no rhythm. You can sing the octave that's most comfortable to you, but that's our starting pitch. So does anybody know what key we're in? G major? Yes. We're in G major, which is a do, is our do. G is our do. So we're going to start with this line. It's easy to get confused because it's in treble clef, but you might be used to reading in bass clef typically, but for our sight reading purposes, we're going to read treble clef right now. So do. So when I point to the note, can we all just sing it and sing it on the syllable? Do,
ti, la, sol, fa, re,
nice.
do,
Okay.
ti, re, ti, la, fa.
That's a hard one.
La, fa.
Right?
La, sol, fa, sol, do.
Awesome. That's great. So if we're gonna do it in rhythm, this line's like pretty simple, but we're gonna do it anyway. And y'all can read these rhythms. But can I just get like a ba as like your syllable and just like a, I'll do it here as an example. Ba, 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 ba. Do you know what I mean? Just kind of like yelling a nonsense syllable at this rhythm. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go.
Ba, 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 ba.
Beautiful. Okay. So let's start by singing this line, okay? And then we'll move on to our top line, and that's when you might recognize this if you've already like checking in on it just before. Okay, ready? So let me play that G one more time. Do, do. Are we ready? Do we all feel semi-comfortable? Do we want to slow it down at all for that la fa moment? Let's do it a little slower. 1, 2, ready, go.
Do, ti, la, sol, fa, re, do, ti, re, do, do, fa, la, sol, fa, sol, do.
Beautiful. So we had that da, da, which I know y'all have, but with the solfege it can be a little bit off-putting. Okay, so that sounded good to me. Does anyone have any questions on that? Like it takes some warming up to and getting used to. But let's go up here. So we have do. It's going to be high, so you might want to start at do. So can we just go note by note again and find our solfege syllables? Okay.
Do, do, ti, sol, la, fa, 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 mi, re, mi, do, do, re, ti, do, sol, la, sol, mi, fa, fa, la, mi, re, mi, do. The Office?
Yeah. So I picked a theme, which we will vote on at the end for our homework, of how we're going to write our two-part melodies, which I'll get to. But my theme was TV show themes, because that's how I do things. So that sounded great. We were already kind of rhythm, because including me, everyone was kind of like, oh, I kind of know this, I'm just going to go on with it. But let's go by rhythm anyway. It'll be easier because you know it. But let's just go on 1, 2, ready, go.
Ba 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 ba.
Beautiful. Okay. Do we think we can apply solfege onto this one, and then if I split you into two, we can sing it in 2 parts? Okay. So let's do this one first, and let's do it a little slower to apply that solfege with the rhythm. Do, 1, 2, ready, go.
Do, do, ti, do, re, do, la, fa, 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 mi, re, mi, do, do, ti, do, re, ti, do, sol, la, sol, mi, ra, fa, fa, mi, re, mi, do.
That was really good. How is everyone feeling about applying that? And you're also finding the tonic in a piece that you've already heard. A piece in a song you've already heard. How do we feel about splitting into groups? Does anybody have a preference of if they'd like to do part A or part B? Yes.
Only part B.
Awesome. Does anybody want to join Trevor on part B? Otherwise, I will pick people to.
I'll join.
Yeah?
I'll join.
Okay, the 3 of you on part B, and can the 3 of you be on part A? I'll sing with part A first, and then I can switch if we do it again. But we'll just do it once for now, for purposes of presentation. Okay, is everybody clear? Part B, raise your hand. Amazing. Part A, raise your hand. Yes. Amazing. Okay. So we do, but you're both gonna start on do. Okay, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Do, do, ti, do, ti, so, la, so, fa, mi, do, so, ti, do, ti, la, Okay, for sure. So what I would do, but I won't do for the sake of time right now, is we would go through part A again, because it's harder, and I would also have you guys swap. And essentially I had other examples that we would go through that they might like know and recognize, or they might not. They wouldn't probably know this one because it's from the Mary Tyler Moore Show, but it's still really good. And then I was going to talk like briefly about chromatic solfege. And I just gave you like a little phonetic spelling of it, but essentially chromatic solfege is for those notes that in this case wouldn't be diatonic to the key, but essentially are those like half steps. So like instead of do, you have do, di, re, re, mi, that kind of thing. But the only ones I was going to talk about were te, me, and le, which is a step down from ti, me is a step down from mi. What do you think le is a step down from? Or a half step. These are all half steps. Me is a half step down from, what do we think? Based on our evidence of ti, te.
La. Mi.
Yeah.
Mi.
Oh, did I ask the wrong question? I probably asked the wrong question. So, le, you're right. I asked it right the first time, and then I didn't ask it right the second time. Sorry. So, does that make sense how that might work? So, can everyone say ti, te?
Ti, te.
Mi, me.
Mi, me.
La, le.
La, le.
Amazing. That sounded awesome. And so basically I have an example here that like briefly incorporates these moments without being scary, but the rest of it's super diatonic and really straight tone. Do I do this one or do you want to stop?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's at least do the bottom line.
Like this line.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Full disclosure, this was the iCarly theme song because she gets funky. What key are we in? Just shout it out.
D.
Yes, we are in D. So let's just play a little piece of Do. So can everyone sing Do? Beautiful. So we're gonna sing our B part first, our bottom line. Just here. Okay. Hopefully I did that song. Okay, because it already looks like I did. I'm scared I wrote it wrong, but we're just gonna go. So sorry, what syllable was this? We're just gonna go that way now. Okay, wait. Here. So that's gonna be a little tricky, which is my fault.
So did you mean that to be in bass note? That first note? Or did you want it to be a D or did you want to start on that?
No, I wanted to start there because essentially.
Okay.
I'm assuming you'll know this and feel a little bit of shame for knowing it. Let's start from that Do. Can I get a Do?
Do,
Another one?
do, so, fa, so, do, te, re, do, ti, do, te, do,
Leg.
le, te, do.
So that was clearly poorly done by me. But throws you off a little bit. Does everybody hear how that te and le function? Like semi. It sounded really nice. So if this was do ti, but do ti, but do te, do ti te. Does everyone kind of hear that? Okay, beautiful. And then we would do the same, you would break down by rhythm and then just sing with the top line and so on and so forth. And then for homework, we'd vote on what kind of genre we want to stay in. If we want to do movie themes, if we want to do TV themes, if we want to do doo-wop, or we want to do like top 40 songs. And I would have you guys just try your best on writing two parts, kind of a bass part and a melody part, that we could sight read in class. And what'll be great about that is you'll also get some practice in writing. You can straighten it out as much as you want and just make it like quarters and eighths if you want, since we're just starting out with applying solfege. Literally totally fine if it's wrong, like you're gonna get credit for doing it. We're gonna put it up in the class and we'll figure it out together, because it's like, it can be hard. But yeah, and then I would take a vote. That would be it.
Cool.